Alright, so we have two decks of playing cards. Let's say the spectator pick the red one. Doesn't matter which one. Now, from the one that didn't pick, I'm gonna get a prediction card. I'm gonna leave it over here in the side. And from the deck of playing cards they picked, they take any card they want. Put it in the side. If we pick one before or one after, you can see they're all different. But you pick these ones. Let's see. And they do match. Hello everyone, so this is the quick tutorial and explanation. Before I even explain the switch, let me give you how you can get into this setup. You know what I did in the performance, let me explain that first. I already have one card. I have two decks. Obviously from one deck you take any card. It's better if it is a low number and then put it all the way below the other one. Now let's say you are the spectator to pick any deck of playing cards. If they pick the white one, then I'm gonna look for a duplicate from these different, obviously they aren't supposed to see. In this case, the 4 of clubs, and be careful that the 4 of clubs is not second from the bottom. It is somewhere down deep into the deck of playing cards, and here it is. We're gonna leave it over there. If they pick this other deck of playing cards, then you say, okay, I'm gonna leave these cards right here, and before you pick any card, I'm gonna take a prediction card. So that's the basics of the Magician's Force. They don't really know the purpose of why they pick in a deck of playing cards. Now let's say you want to have this setup done right in front of their eyes. You can just ask the spectator to pick any deck of playing cards. Let's say they want the red color. You take the top card and put it below. You, by pretending you are squaring, you restore the top card and put it below. And then you can spread it and maintain this deck on your hand. Don't let it go so it doesn't look suspicious, because this is the 4 of clubs from this deck. Now I'm gonna get the 4 of clubs as the prediction to match the bottom card from this deck. And here comes the switch, which is the main purpose of this tutorial. Now there are two main steps to take in consideration. One is you need to have a pinky break right below the bottom card. The whole tip, not just the flesh, but the whole tip right below. Now the next will be pushing with the middle finger about right here. Notice the cards that are in about 45-degree angle because of the way I'm gonna pick them up. I push over here with a middle finger. Now as soon as I introduce the thumb below this card, I'm gonna push the deck away from this part of my hand like this. It's imperative that this card is not touching right below my thumb, okay? Otherwise it's gonna cause more friction because you have to let go by the gravity itself. When you let go with the fingers, this card may not fall itself because this part of the hand is pinching this card. So it is imperative to push the whole deck away from your hand so the switch is easier and smoother. So I come and pick this up, push away, and let it go. Now this switch must be done in the swing process. You pick up this card and turn it over, and let that one go, okay? You will square this card just with a thumb. You don't have to square with the index necessarily. Now the way I'm picking up this card in 45-degree angle is going to allow me to bring it back and completely square the card into the deck of playing cards, okay? But anyway, you can still using the index finger to completely square any little discrepancies. But notice, once again, I have the huge pinky break right below. And when you do that pinky break, don't just do this move because the absence of the thumb looks too obvious. So it's better for you to point at something and whatever is the situation. But you have to keep this hand moving for you to sidejack the card and bring it back, so it doesn't look suspicious, whatever you're pointing, whatever you're talking. And this is the move. Once again, you push down with a middle finger right here and you lift up the opposite side of the card. With a thumb, I'm pushing away the deck, okay? I'm exaggerating, but it looks better. The card below, it has to be outside at least 1 inch from the front of the deck. So that way you conceal this move. It is not by letting it go at the same moment you're doing the switch. You have to let go in the middle of the swinging process, right about here. Right there, you let it go. And you have to go a little faster than medium speed. Now let me switch the 10 of spades for a clubs. Okay, regular speed. Okay, you can see I let go the card in the middle of the swinging. Okay, so this is the recap very quickly. Pinky break right below the card. With the middle finger, push over here, and it's gonna lift up the opposite side. So you can introduce the thumb, and you push away the deck. Make sure this part is not touching or is not contacting this side of the hand. Okay. Let go in the middle of the swing and keep spinning. The thumb bring the next card right over the deck of playing cards. So one last point I want to discuss, you may want to be aware, is that when you do this switch, the card doesn't get stuck in the middle of the way. Okay, like that. So this is going to take some time, but I guess it's going to be worth the practice.